out. I won't take away the whole punchline there, but my eyes do blink at some of these numbers. It's really quite astounding. Leaving aside any gender differences, is just an amazing number. And also read through the studies, checking for whether the stories are the same. And the stories are generally the same, but not always the same. And I know that'll be part of the discussion later on about these differences across fields and what's happening. And I don't think everything is settled. So there's good room for discussion and debate on these issues as well. So I'm very pleased to have a chance to introduce this conference. And let me turn it over to my fine colleague, Ann Bartel. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Bruce. Welcome, everybody. I think that Columbia Business School is a perfect venue for hosting a conference like this. We have over 9,500 alumni throughout the world. 1/3 of our current student body are women, and Columbia has long been known as a leader in providing graduate business education to talented women. 2 years ago, we decided to do a survey of our alumni to get a better sense of what their career paths were like, what their plans for the future were, what some of the needs that they had, and some of the career transitions they were experiencing. And we came up with some very interesting findings. We found that this was done in November of 2006, that at the time 17% of our alumni were not currently employed. And while all of these women said they were planning to return to work, 55% said they were interested in part-time work, 15% were planning to start their own business, leaving only 30% planning to return to full-time work. And we found this was quite a provocative finding among a group of talented women with Columbia MBAs. Now, we asked these women who were not currently employed, what's the reason you're not currently employed at this time? And more than 70% said the reason was they wanted to care for their children. And I think this is something we're probably going to hear again this morning in one of the studies that's being presented. It seems to be an explanation for these career transitions that we're seeing among the MBA population. Now, what was interesting is that what we found is that for about the first 6 years of a woman's career post-MBA, about 90% reported working full-time, but after about 6-7 years, we began to see this falling, and it fell to about 60 or 65% reporting full-time employment. This is after about 8 years post-MBA. So Columbia Business School really saw this as a challenge to, how can the school try to help our alumni through the transitions that they're going to face during their careers. And towards that end, I'm very excited to announce a partnership that Columbia has established with Merrill Lynch to study workplace issues and develop best practice solutions for increasing retention, increasing productivity, increasing diversity. We've received a very generous grant from Merrill that's going to support research on these topics, as well as supporting an executive education program for highly qualified women interested in workforce re-entering. You've often heard the notion of on-ramping, and this is an executive education program that's going to help facilitate the on-ramping process for these highly talented women. We're going to be launching this program next month. I want to thank you very much for coming today. I think we're going to have a very interesting exchange of ideas on these important topics. And I now want to take this opportunity to introduce our keynote speaker, Claudia Golden. Claudia is the Henry Lee Professor of Economics at Harvard University. At the National Bureau of Economic Research, she also directs the program on the development of the American economy. Claudia has a very impressive CV, lots and lots of books, lots and lots of articles, too numerous to mention. I can just say, just kind of as an overview, her research is in the general area of American economic history. She's covered topics that include slavery, emancipation, the postbellum South, the family, women in the economy, the economic impact of war, immigration, New Deal policies, inequality, technological change, and education. Her most recent book, entitled The Race Between Education and Technology, that was joint with Larry Katz, published in 2008 and recently reviewed in the New York Times, looks at these important topics. She's also the author of numerous other books. She's known for significant work on various gender issues. Her most recent papers in that area have concerned the impact of the pill on women's career and marriage decisions, women's surnames after marriage as a social indicator, the reason why women are now the majority of undergraduates. She has recently embarked on a wide-ranging project on the family and career transitions of male and female graduates of selective universities from the late 1960s to the present. Claudia was recently elected a Fellow of the National Academy of Sciences, a very prestigious award. She holds a BA from Cornell University and her PhD from the University of Chicago. So please welcome Claudia Golden as our guest speaker this morning.